Hello YouTubers, this is Legend of Metal 777, or also eBay Figure Reviews. Today I'm going to be doing a old vintage Ninja Turtle Playmates 88 figure versus the 2003 Troll version. Yeah. Okay, so first off I want to go over the old 1988 Turtles, because I was a big fan back in the day. It's weird buying back these figures on eBay. I got the old 88 collection for, just buy it now, $20 or $30. I was searching on eBay for hours on end, and then all of a sudden, this collection popped up. So I jumped on it, and I bought it. They were display condition. I couldn't afford to buy them brand new in the card. I've seen auctions for the old vintage series going for anywhere between $50, if you're lucky, to $600, believe it or not. They are getting pretty darn rare. Okay, so it's been years since I've seen these guys. I had it in my hand, and one thing that I forgot about, one thing in observation, is Leo and Donatello's feet are like the same angle. That they have to kind of be propped up on one foot, when Raphael and Michelangelo have like flat feet, pretty much. First with Leonardo, I always liked his belt. You can put swords in there, pretty nice, pretty cool. And I always liked how they had the veins popping out. I don't know how well you can see that. When I bought this collection, I don't think the seller knew that these were the old 1988 original squishy heads. You can squishy. I didn't really want that though, because you can tell there's some discoloration if you look from the head and then at the body. So yeah, they did come with their accessories, like the ninja star and that weird fucking dagger, whatever it is. Oops, excuse my language. But they're all in a Ziploc baggie. So. Donatello, squishy head. I don't know why he comes with two bows. I really don't. He doesn't have the second bow holder. So I don't know what's up with that. And then in the cartoon, the very first episode, you could see his bow staff had white tape around it, like the newer Donatello. But then after the first episode, it just goes plain. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I think I like it plain. Raphael. This is the only one out of the collection that's not a squishy head. So, that's kind of weird. 1 out of 4 turtles has a non-squishy head. And I don't know why they did this back. I mean, to put that little dagger in, you don't put a sign in there. You're supposed to put one of those little pizza-shaped daggers in there. So that was kind of weird. And this is must be a manufacturer error. There's a little speck of white paint there. Just a little speck of paint. But still one of my favorite figures. Michelangelo, squishy head. Oops. But his nunchucks came broken. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that either. But he has slots for, 2 sets. So yeah, that's a fun figure. Oh, and this is also the only figure that has different arm, how do you say it? Yeah, like you see, this is kind of like, hey, look at me, look at my muscle, but all these other figures have the same joints, Michelangelo's one of them that's different. Yeah. Now time for the 2003 version. I bought this collection on eBay altogether for, I think this was $30. I had to get them brand new, to verify there'd be no scratches or whatever for my stop motion videos. Yeah. But yeah, also there's no prices on them anywhere, and they're in pretty good shape. A little dusty on the tops, but still in condition. I was never a fan of the 2003 Turtles, and in fact, back in 2003, 2002, whenever it was, I saw the 10-inch or 13-inch, whatever it was, Raphael at a KB toy store, like on clearance or something, and I didn't know about the cartoon. I haven't watched the cartoon in years, or I haven't watched any cartoons in years at that time, and so I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, they brought back Turtles, oh my god, and it just looked sort of similar to the old Turtles, but better detail and articulation and whatever. And then I saw the cartoon and I was very disappointed. I was like, oh man, they brought it back and it sucked. Let's see, and also the box art for the other Turtles, I'm not so impressed compared to the older Turtle series. Because in the old Turtle series, they had, a picture of the character, up here, and then up here, and then down here. It was very good comic art, but with these, you just get the faces and the logo, and that's about it. Dang, this is a bitch to get out. Oh my god, come on already. Oh man. So many metal twisties. Old Turtles didn't have this crap. Come on. Okay, so older versus newer Leonardo. The newer Leonardo has painted weapons and slightly more detail on the front shell there, which I thought was cool. He's easier to stand and has more of a bandana type thing, headband, whatever. Shells are really different though. The 88 shell is very simple, very plain, but the newer 2003, there's a lot more lines or whatever, and the sword holder thingies, whatchamacallit, are way different too. So, there's that. The one thing that the newer Turtle version doesn't have though is veins. They missed the veins. How about that? Newer is not always better, but overall, I would say the newer Leonardo is better. Even though I grew up with the old Turtles. You can't compare that. But as far as like an action figure wise, this of course takes the taco. That's much better. All right, again, older versus newer Donatello. Okay. I think I still like the older Donatello better. I really like the older Donatello better. Even though the newer has better articulation, weapon is painted, but in the old cartoon that I grew up with, the old 80s, early 90s series, the bow was never painted except for one episode. Yeah, the shell's cool and all, he's easier to stand, he's taller, he's a little better, but you can't beat the old Donatello. Come on. Strap and in general, yeah, old Donatello rules. Raphael is cool. This is probably my favorite out of the series. I like, of course, how his weapons are painted. I just like everything about him. His face is, the aggressive type of Raphael, very similar to the old Raphael. Their faces are almost exact, except their weapons are painted. And but the one thing I don't like about this Raphael is where you put his size. You gotta put him in right here. Whoops, myself. Compared to the old Raphael, where you put his size right in front there. Yep. So check back here for more reviews, and check out my other page, Metal 777. Thanks for watching. See ya.